really believe in what we're doing. That's, it makes us feel really good.
All right, so that makes it sound like he knows they're going to lose. That's sort of true, but it's also not really fair. You got to look at the long game. This is what Sarvis tells me. He says the Libertarians are building a party. He's done a nice job of recruiting candidates. He says that's part of his responsibility. The Libertarians have a full slate of candidates for all the federal races across Northern Virginia. And across the state, they've got 7 out of 11 districts covered. So they're really making a good showing, giving people a choice across the state. Now, one of their major goals is to get 10% in a statewide race. So if Robert Sarvis gets 10% of the vote in Virginia, then the Libertarians become a major party. They get major party status, and that allows them easier ballot access in Virginia for the next election. Dave Valente is the chairman of the Libertarian Party of Northern Virginia. Now, a little bit ironic, he actually works for the Department of Veterans Affairs in D.C. So he's working for the federal government, but he believes in much, much smaller government. He talked to me about how much time and energy getting on the ballot takes right now for Libertarians in Virginia.
It's hard to find candidates because of the ballot access issues. Trying to get for federal candidates in the state of Virginia, 1,000 signatures for a U.S. House, and for a Senate candidate, you have to get 10,000. And you have to have 400 per House district, so it's even more rules than, say, for a guy running for governor.
So this is one area where I think we're finding some similarities between D.C. and Northern Virginia. Okay. So in 2012, Bruce Majors, a Libertarian, he ran for Congress in D.C. and he got enough votes to push his party from minor to major status. That's what Sarvis is trying to do. Right, exactly. And so what that means in D.C. is that it gets a lot easier for them to get candidates on the ballot. This is what they did this year. He's running for mayor this time. He recruited the whole slate of Libertarians to run for council seats. Now, the funny thing is, like Sarvis and like other Democratic candidates in the district, he admits that it's not really about winning necessarily at this point. It's too early for that. It's about building up the party and also kind of influencing the debate as they go along. So here's Majors talking about what the goal is for this election.
Well, we're going to be forced to get the minimum 7,500 votes for one candidate, so we maintain 200 ballot status. It's not until people aren't even Libertarians or aren't Libertarians on every issue. Since we already pretty much know that one person's going to win, I think, and one or two other people are going to lose, that people should vote for the Libertarians so that we maintain ballot status.
Okay, that's all pretty fascinating, Austin. I'll admit the district is somewhat politically interesting. I applaud you for keeping up with me. But let's return to the question I think most people have when they look closely at third-party candidates. How do these people do it? They know they're going to lose. Why even get in the race? Why stay in the race when reality starts to creep into the picture? Now, let's return to Audrey Clement. She's that independent running for school board in Virginia, formerly of the Green Party. She told me part of the reason she runs again and again and again and doesn't get discouraged is because she gets her name out there more and more, and that is important.
When you are a third-party candidate running without substantial financial backing, the only way that you can develop the name recognition to build a base of support is by running continuously or running often.
See, I got the same out of Eugene Puryear, who's the stately Green running for one of the at-large D.C. council seats. He basically told me that win or not, the point is essentially to rebuild a party that has a long history, has had members on the council, but has been in the political wilderness for the last couple of years. Here he is.
We're trying to renew the brand. We ultimately recognize that we've been down for a while, but here we are coming back up and bringing that unique element of district politics that you might have been missing, bringing it back to the conversation.
I also talked with Libertarian Jeff Carson.